Take a stand in our community.
Stop the violence and encourage each other.
Take a chance on hope and respect to heal the community and be who you want to be.
In my opinion, the cause of the violence is all the gangs, and just like this little rap music.
Kids I know who don't have that love and support for them to grow up and be who they really want to be.
I think instead of raising $500 million to renovate Wrigley Field, we can help to raise $500 million to bring new summer camps.
And it just takes time for us to learn.
Fear is something we all have, especially in our communities. It seems we are afraid to change. We accept the violence. We should come together to help make a positive change in our communities.
We feel nothing to take chances can motivate people by letting them know that there are going to be problems in life like that, like fear and stuff, but to overcome, to get to a higher level, may push them further to achieve greater levels in life. They won't give up on themselves. If somebody tell them you can't do this or can't do that, they're like, okay, whatever, and they will continue to work harder and harder and harder, and they will soon achieve a great level of strength within themselves and do better than what they're doing or what they want to do.
Personally, I just think the youth is crazy, but they not stupid. They not completely stupid. They smart. They got potential, and it just takes time for us to learn.
Take the chances. You never know what you can accomplish if you don't. So, whatever your fear is, face it. Deal with it. Motivate others to deal with it. Get others in your circle so that we can then come together. Everybody is now dealing with one another, we're relating to one another, and now we can affect positive change in our community.
There are people getting their minds to not fear and say, you know what, I'm going to step out on a limb on this and actually do something. Then the next person follows, and the next person follows. It's a positive thing, and the community stands and join together, and they can take control and help the community.
Shoot, we need help. That's one thing we do need. We need motivation. We need a lot of parents to come together to help us out because we really do depend on their education.
In my community, none of the kids are coming out in the summertime because I guess in the summertime is when the most killings are. So it's not kids outside. So I think that maybe they're scared and they're at home, but they're scared that maybe one time they will die.
I think the cause of violence in Chicago is money. A lot of people do crazy things for money.
Yes, I have experienced violence before. I had got jumped around my house, and I had got something stolen from me I got robbed before around my house, and there's somebody tried to attempt to rob me.
I believe the violence in Chicago is pretty rough because you got all the gangs and the drugs and stuff, and it's getting to a bad point in society right now.
Mostly gangs, gang influence, and drugs.
The lack of adult support to these younger children and the lack of jobs and at least someone pushing them, making them get up and try to do something with their lives instead of just saying, go get out of my face and go do something.
In my opinion, the cause of the violence is all the gangs, and just like this little rap music that's going out, like dissing other people and all of that, that's what's bringing all the violence and stuff.
Jealousy, hatred, gang differences.
Young people just being bored and frustrated with gang rivalries and beef, and it escalates to bigger problems. So then they try to solve the problem by shooting each other.
There's a lot of gang violence, especially around this area, like Inglewood and all of that stuff. So we definitely have to find a way to get rid of it.
when me and my dad was we were in a store, about to walk out of the store, and a couple of boys came out into the middle of the street and shot down the street with their guns, and more came. Then after I guess they were done, they spread it out and went their separate ways. And me and my dad was planning on walking to my auntie house, but it just so happened his friend came, so we got in his car and he drove us there. But that was really crazy because I never seen that before.
The majority of the violence and the people dying are youth, and then we fund more like resources for youth, after-school programs or summer camp or jobs, stuff like that for youth. We can decrease the violence because they'll be active rather than just have nothing to do and just on the streets.
Like, I think it's mostly struck in black neighborhoods or neighborhoods that are like very high in poverty.
I can't go outside. My mom worry a lot, so I had to go like to my cousin's house, like Park Forest.
Well, I think violence has impacted Chicago and that people don't want to live here anymore. One of my friends at church was saying she's sending her son to California because it's just too bad here. And so I think people are on edge. The kids don't get to play outside. And so I think that the violence is having a huge impact on the quality of life here in the city of Chicago.
We don't want families not to stay in these areas and move back to these areas. We don't want kids that graduate from college not to come back home because of fear, or businesses not moving in because they don't want to, be in these areas. So it has impacted Chicago in a number of ways. We just celebrated July 4th and we talk about independence and freedom, but people don't feel free to sit on their porch, to play indoors, to go to the store or send their kids to school. And this is the United States of America. That should not be the feeling.
I firmly believe that in certain communities throughout Chicago, we do have a crisis. My concern is that we may be facing urban cleansing.
Violence in our community has become a negative connotation for the city at large, which isn't good because violence isn't happening in every community across the city. They're isolated cases. We're having a lot of black on black crimes in black and African American communities, which is a blight for our community. So in terms of restoring who we are as a city and helping our community to grow and move forward, we've got to work on some of the violence that's directly impacting certain communities.
You grow up around violence, then you only think about violence.
I think another thing that we should look at is the way media portrays the black man or the black woman. Because that's who we see on the media, and even though we may not do it intentionally, but that is basically who we strive to be. Myself, I see being a black woman as Bad Girls Club. That's what I see on TV, but because I have a strong, my family is very strong, and my mother has raised me to be my own person and to learn and taught me how to go and do my own research instead of just taking everything that the media portrays me as true.
I'm not like a typical black teen as they portray on TV shows, movies, and just outside in public. So I don't sack my pants. I don't really worry about name brand stuff because as long as I got clothes and shoes and stuff, I'll wear it. Like
I think the internet, arguing on the internet, music, some things you might see on TV or hear in the radio influences teens or young people to do certain things.
Music, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, something that's being said on media always comes back around to violence in some way.
I think the media portrayed the black youth today by interpreting them as being bad and making the world worse than what it already is, by having the thoughts in their head they're robbing people, killing people, doing all types of bad things that you would think that it's not good and trustworthy.
Nowadays, these rap videos, all they talk about is shooting and killing and doing drugs and everything. And younger, citizens that's coming up and they're looking at this and they think it's cool, which is not.
it's most common for people not to be themselves when they are under the influence, that they shouldn't do it, because if you do something that's right because you want to be a good person, someone might influence you, oh, you're doing something lame and you're not fitting with us, so they think that's bad. Those people that I think are most common.
I'm gonna be myself up on social media, myself in public, so I mean, I'm gonna just do me regardless, so I don't let nobody else or nothing else choose the way I act other than that.
I think lack of parenting at home, not having education is part of it, but I think it's mostly at home because kids I know who don't have that love and support for them to grow up and be who they really want to be, have more highly chances of like robbing people or getting STDs.
I'm not easily influenced by other people. I don't try to blend in with the today's topic or today's thing, because I want to be my own person, be myself, just be me.
I think the biggest one for youth is their peers, because when they think that their parents don't know what they're talking about, or if they don't really care about what's going on with famous people and things like that, they care about what their friends care about and what their friends think about them, and that's why surrounding yourself with the right people is important.
The youth, in my opinion, don't have a lot of aspirations, and they need to follow through. They need to know what they want to be, follow through on it, get involved. I mean, parents have to, push with their kids. They got to show them the way, help them not to make the same mistakes that they made. The best thing is to be in positive places, people, places, and things. If you around positive people, you'll do positive things.
Some solutions to the violence would be to, for one, take back that new gun law that just passed, and two, build more community centers in these neighborhoods so that kids can have something to do instead of being just sitting around and looking at rap videos and buying movies all day and getting ideas.
Gun control, that could be one, and also make sure you have a background about each person that has a weapon.
I feel that youth should come closer than to, you feel me, always being involved in some type of gang banging or fighting situation. I feel that they should stop and come together and try to, you feel me, go to school and try to change their life around besides being on the street.
Giving youth more things to do, having centers in the community, like recreation centers, and making more jobs available so people won't be on the streets and have something productive to do with their time.
I know back in past time, my family said that they always had community activities, going to the park, having fun with each other, barbecues, anything like that, just to keep the violence outside of their community.
We need people to start. I would say we need more police on the street, but like on every street corner. But I mean, it will work, and then it probably won't, because some of these kids, they really don't like the police, and they will even fight the police just to be good for themselves.
Open up more jobs, open up more centers and everything, because I know a lot of black kids like to play ball and everything. Open up more centers and parks and everything for them to just get out and just have fun and not be doing all the negative stuff on the streets and everything.
Some solutions would be is to give some kids some things to do, outside of their time. I mean, outside of just being on the block, giving people something to do, jobs or something. Jobs would be better.
Solutions to decrease the violence, I think, instead of raising $500 million to renovate Wrigley Field, we can help to raise $500 million to bring new summer camps and bring new different ideas for youth to do.
If we're going to do what we need to do for our city, for our nation, we have to work together to make sure we get there.
Go out and take action and implement it.
It is about
about the development of the plan that will come out of this, and then let's see how the Congressional Black Caucus, how the White House, how the police, the Justice Department, how the local mayors, how the community activists all can play into the plan that they develop.
We can no longer sit back and talk about it. We got to actively be engaged in solving the problem. The streets are not safe enough, and we're going to get them to that point.
Well, we can improve our communities by cleaning up the streets, adding more police to the force, to patrol the neighborhoods, make sure everyone's safe.
By having volunteers out, like helping to clean up and everything, making sure the community look nice, and like communicate with everybody in the community so people feel safe within the community.
The way I think we could improve our community is have everyone come together.
Everyone coming together and trying to make a stand for what they believe is right in the community and to protest the violence.
Just being one and try to stop all the gang violence.
Give the game bangers, get them a chance, get them jobs, and I bet they'll change, because that's basically all they're doing this stuff for anyway, because they ain't got no life at home or whatever. So if the government just start creating jobs for young kids and stuff, I bet they'll change.
Have a block watch, because I see a lot of signs saying this is the block watch, how they watch for the community, like no fighting, none of that. In my street, it doesn't have all that. We just do whatever they want to do. So I think a block club or something would really help our community.
Basically giving kids something to do, and getting more involved with your neighbors, get to know your neighbors better, so then you can have a camaraderie with each other.
We can improve our communities by being street sweepers, walking street sweepers. We need to go out to the community physically, not just send letters or send emails or TV shows. Go out there and meet them and figure out what's the issue and what they need, and just help them from there.
I was really angry about the way that whole situation played out, because of the fact that the judge and they treated the Trayvon Martin case unfairly because of a number of reasons. We all know that they just really, if it was on a different side, if it was a white man that got beat up or something, or that got killed by a black man, it really would have been viewed and seen. But the black boy, they didn't really care about. So that really angered me.
Hadia Pendleton, I feel like that she was in the wrong place at the wrong time and everything. That happens a lot out here now. People be up in a different place in the wrong time. It's babies, 3-year-olds getting killed and everything. So it's just the wrong place in the wrong time. And Trayvon Martin, I feel that was all wrong, because the police, they showed the video of him talking on the phone to the police, and they told him not to furthermore investigate what he was doing and everything. So they should just lock him up and everything, just because they told him not to do something and he still went on and did it, which caused the death of Trayvon Martin.
I feel like the deaths, it was good that we finally got light on the black people and the black kids that's getting killed. But there's more than that. That happen every day. And I think people should really start shining light on that if that's what they really want to do. That's the problem that they need to be trying to fix.
Hadia was an innocent bystander, and there's a lot of innocent bystanders that don't get as much attention as Hadia get. So I think if we're going to do it for one person, we need to do it for all people. And with Trayvon Martin, I disagree with the verdict that happened, but I think we need to start, we can't just let it happen and then we just settle. We have to, like Martin Luther King once said, I'm sorry, it's in the song Lift Every Voice and Sing, it says, we must march on until victory is won. So I think we need to start doing something now, not wait until the next Trayvon Martin case happens. We need to start doing it now and continue it, not just part-time.
I avoid violence by looking at how the character dress, because certain street stuff have a dress code that they basically go by. So I try to avoid people who dress a certain way. Nowadays, like dreadlocks, like heavy, thick dreadlocks, pants sagging.
The sagging pants to me is like I hate it. I think it's like not to be discriminating, but I think it's kind of gay to be walking around with your booty hanging all out and stuff, especially if you're a guy. And then with the young ladies walk around with these little bitty short shorts, you're just basically disrespecting yourself.
Boys make it seem like they were when they got their booty showing, because they don't want to see all that. You know, that started from jail. And with the short shorts that the girls be wearing, I feel that they doing that trying to get attention and just to make themselves look different from everybody else, but they actually don't.
With both, I don't think it's right. It's indecent conduct to have that outside. Like, guys shouldn't have their pants behind it, and girls should be wearing short shorts. They should just have a casual look and represent themselves well.
Why would you want to walk around with your pants to your knees when you could just have them on your hips where they're supposed to be and on your waist to have them secure when you don't know something like if you try to run, have to hold them up, which I think is really stupid.
Also that, I mean, people gonna wear whatever they want to wear and how they wear it. I mean, you can't just like tell them how they want to wear it and everything. So I mean, sagging pants for boys, I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's what they're gonna do. Like, you can't do nothing about that, but you know it's right to have your pants up on you. And for girls with the little shorts and everything, I think that they just want some attention and everything, because that's what it's bringing.
I think that how girls wear booty shorts and bad clothing, it probably doesn't mean that they're on something bad, like I said, but they probably don't have a person to point them on what they should look like and how a good, nice girl should dress, instead of being what they see other people wearing, so they think that they can look better if they do that.
How you dress, how you look, is how people would think of you.
I like to have my own construction, or like really real estate. I want to go into real estate.
I want to be a nurse.
I aspire to be a mechanical engineer and own my own manufacturing business.
I will start college in 2 weeks, and I major in automotive technology and engineering too, and I want to own a car shop eventually.
I am inspired to become a computer technician and create technology with computers.
I aspire to do is just work hard and strive for the best. What I want to go to school for is engineering, and I will hope that I could go to school and open up something for myself and just go on with my future.
I'm inspired to be an entrepreneur of my own business one day.
Give back to the community. So I'm thinking about running for office in the year 2040. Maybe president, governor, or mayor, one of those offices in the year 2040.
We can't make a change in the United States. We just have to get everyone together and get it into the other youth's mind that's probably making the bad decisions, and tell them that we can change and become one with each other and let everyone know that.
I would like others to know that not everybody is gangbangers and drug dealers. I think people should really get to know people and go to school. School is cool.
I would like the community to know that there are some good youth out here and also youth doing some positive things. And I think the media also should focus more on the positive rather than negative.
Take a chance, spread hope and respect to heal the community and be who you want to be.